Okay, so we get divorced. In our state, it's very easy to get divorced, and it's also very easy to get married. So I'm sure you can figure out what state that is. So we got divorced. We filed, and then the next morning we were divorced. So I moved out that day and moved in with my brother for a year while I figured out what the hell just happened to me. Why did I just get a divorce? I didn't even understand why I got a divorce. It was irreconcilable differences. I just didn't even get it. I'm like, I don't understand why we couldn't figure out our differences. I literally could not understand why we got divorced. It really doesn't make sense to me at this point. So I told everybody I know, including my ex, that I was going to block him on everything because I said, I know you're going to end up with that woman over there who has been an issue in our marriage. I know you guys are going to end up together, and I sure the hell don't want to see it happening. And he's like, no, no, we're just friends. And you don't have to worry about anything like that. And it doesn't matter. You're divorced, right? But I mean, she was around before. So I blocked him on all social media. And the reason I blocked him is because he could come up as a potential friend or whatever. And also if your stories, which are public, can be seen. So I didn't want him in my life at all. I just knew he was going to go on with this woman and I didn't want to see it happening. I didn't want to see anything happening. I didn't want to see him go on with anybody. And then so blocking them everywhere is actually part of breaking the trauma bond. And I still didn't know he was a narcissist. And I just instinctively was doing this. So I blocked him everywhere. I told all of my friends and family that I don't want to know what my ex is doing. So please don't tell me. And, I had to do enough of that when I was married to him. So don't tell me anything. Well, by mistake, someone told me that he was dating somebody because they had posted on their social media about 3 months after she had posted something on her social media. And it was that woman that I had a concern with. She was a coworker. She was our friend. We all hung out together in the 7 years that they had known each other at the time. She was somebody that we had fights about all the time. Like he was way too flirty with her. I would say we would come home from dinner with her and her boyfriend and say like, you are way too flirty with her. It's not okay. And then on a silver platter, he would serve me red flags that said, well, I've always been a flirty guy. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, babe, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. But then he would do it again. Listen, by that time, I was 25 years in and I was very much in freeze mode. I did not have any boundaries. I did not have any self esteem. I did not love myself enough to do anything about anything. And he groomed her right in front of me to be his next wife. And this is very common, especially after 25 years. Like it was, what could I do? I couldn't do anything. Now I see it clearly, but at that time, no boundaries, no self love, none of that. So that's just the way it happened. So he groomed her right in front of me, but we had fights about her all the time. She wasn't the only one we had fights about. There were others, but he always said that there was nothing going on. So I believed him. When you are in a marriage, you want to make it work and you feel like your partner who loves you and who you love is saying there's nothing going on. So you want to believe them. And that's what I did. I chose to believe him. And now I know I shouldn't have, but I'll tell you when I found out and what happened. So when I found out, I called, I think I called my kids and then I called my sister. I don't know. It was a blur. It's like a full blur. I went into full survival mode. It was a blur. And I said, are they together? And my sister said, they've been together. So from there, it was like so many things. I've heard it said like it was a lightning bolt. The blindfold got ripped off. It was like a beautiful mind. All the puzzle pieces came together. I started to understand what narcissistic abuse was and that he had been lying and betraying me all of our marriage. I saw things so clearly. Now, listen, I had been out of the marriage for 3 months and I'd been doing intensive healing, therapy, exercise, a lot of sleeping, crying, journaling, all those things to make me feel better, like to help me heal. I had been doing talking to people who had been through it, all these things. And I saw a video one day about a narcissist, and it completely made sense to me. Complete and utter sense. It made so much sense to me. And I was able to put the puzzle pieces together. But finding out about her, that they were dating, the first thing out of my mouth was, oh, so I wasn't crazy like I'd been told all those years. So I wasn't crazy. And I called so many people, talked to my grown kids who knew and they weren't telling me, which was by design. I did not want to know anything. They knew it would hurt me. So, and I'm just glad I found out when I did, because I feel like I had some healing under my belt. But I have to tell you, I was re-victimized by that. It was because this is how I always say, it was like I was having a cup of tea for my cancer. Oh, you have cancer? Here's a cup of tea. That's how I felt. Because now, knowing that he had narcissistic tendencies and things like that, I could name my pain and I could heal from it in a targeted way. As I was sitting around going, why did he just leave me and then go to his girlfriend's house? Like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. How do you throw away 33 years? You don't sit and have self-reflection and go, I wonder what I did to my marriage. He didn't do any of that. And so that made me feel like trash, made me feel like garbage, but I was still working on my self-esteem. But when you understand that narcissists can't be alone and they will never self-reflect, they don't think they've done anything wrong, it helps you understand you're not garbage. You're not unlovable. You were asking the wrong person to love you. All right, so come back for part 3.